There it goes. It's a rocket full of fish. I don't quite know how fish are going to cope weightless in space and how that helps. Or are they going to explode and scatter fish over the thing? You know, fish coming in at sort of meteoric speeds. Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome back to Let's Play Planet Crafter. I'm 7foot Dust Bunny. This is the Humble DLC, and look, you can even see your drones bouncing around on the map. That's kind of cool. So I've been having a look around at the state of things. Do you know what we're actually short of? Cobalt, believe it or not. Of all the things we've been short of, we're short of cobalt. So I'm actually going to stick down a mine for cobalt, and then I think we're going to look very hard at producing a portal generator. Now the biggest problem there I think is probably going to be the energy multiplier fuses. I need to work out whether we've got enough currency for those. I don't think we have yet. I think portal generator might not be on the menu. No, it's not. Back in 66 seconds. I might end up building another trade rocket because we're starting to produce a lot of the goods for trade now. And like I say, we need those fuses. So let's start off by sticking down another one of these osmium rod. Oh no, the osmium rods are over here now. Osmium rod, which are slowly building back up. Not as fast as I would like, even though I have 2 osmium miners. Iridium, and it was 3 titanium, which we do have now in surplus. We have titanium now, which is nice. But that's why we're going to need to make a cobalt mine. There you go, 317 Terra tokens. Right, that can go right here. This is going to be our brand new cobalt mine. Yoink! You're going to mine cobalt, thank you. And you're going to supply cobalt. Where are you? Can't see it there. I'm shocked we actually need a supply of cobalt, given how much cobalt we were having before. But that is that. What we'll find is this will stack up very quickly. There are goods for it straight out everywhere. So this is going to be chugging away very quickly. And yeah, we've probably actually got over here in the dump box, or one of the dump boxes, maybe, possibly. I thought we had some spare pulsar crystals. What's going on? What kind of world is this? Oh, speaking of pulsar crystals, I'm assuming that is a freaking pulsar crystal or something coming in right there, right on top of us. I mean, the shit are falling down everywhere. But I mean, yeah, this rocket's going to be gone in just a minute. Again, off for another run. But we need, you know, 12,000 McGibbles to actually make it worth its while. I mean, oh god, ow, that hurt. Oh, we got it's super alloy rain again, which is actually really good. Oh god, no, run away, run away, run away. That is sick. So that's happened to me a couple of times. Apparently the meteor showers now do damage to you, which is really quite upsetting, and really hurts. So yeah, the meteor showers now seem to destroy your face on a regular basis. And look, there's all these and they're disappearing already. I can see them. So I'll run around and collect as many of these as I can, because that will mean a bunch of additional super alloy rod for selling. And at the moment I am literally thinking about the money to accelerate things. Okay, we have enough to make another trade rocket. Not quite sure where we're going to put another trade rocket, to be honest, at the moment. Possibly over here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know where we're going to put a second trade rocket. Could always put it like here somewhere. It's not a terrible idea, is it? Let's see, maybe we can put it that way, and then if we can get it to lock on. No, I mean that one's gonna just float in space like that. There we go. I mean, not quite sure why I want the stairs into nowhere. It'd be nice if you could have one without stairs. But this one, there we go, we can put this on enable, and we can demand again. What was it we were demanding? Those. I'm actually tempted to claim some iridium rods as well, because we've got absolutely oodles of them. But fabric, superfood, wherever superfood is. Let's see, what else have we got on the list here. I mean, we could sell fish eggs. They actually sell for anything? Don't think they really do. I mean, this is already... this needs to be... The one thing this does need to be is this needs to be low priority, not normal priority. Oh! Oh god, what happened? Okay, pay no attention. Is it me? Has that gone down? I thought I already had 799 earlier, or was that 7699? Never mind. Right. So yeah, the trade rockets are going to go off and keep trading, as we're now producing lots of goods for them. And that's really going to be preventing us from getting this portal. So one other thing I think I should mention, which I've been wondering about, is here we had, if you're still willing to help us, your second task is to manually open the hatch of our second ship, landed on the planet. But the hatch didn't open, and our drones are stuck inside. Please find the spaceship and open the hatch manually so we can activate them. Sorry, activate them later to complete the process. But, because we did the first task was to get 15 locks, yeah, which we did. Now, I'm pretty sure we opened the hatch, or at least that was the ship I think we were supposed to open the hatch on, and we opened that hatch. So I'm not entirely sure if they're going to come back to us, because the next one was Sentinel Corp just getting very upset, and we've had nothing since. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to make this DNA manipulator. I'm going to make this genetic extractor for sorting that off, to see whether building one of those sparks anything. But yeah, I'm kind of missing the fact that we didn't get get anything new from them. Right, so we need one of those. Yep, and let's start off getting all the bits we need for this. Bioplastic nugget, osmium. Let's turn the torch off a second. Osmium we've not got at the moment. Was that going to osmium? No. Damn you. This is the problem. We don't have as much osmium as I would like. Osmium, zeolite, bioplastic nugget and explosives. Or explosive powder. That one. Bioplastic nugget. Yeah, so we're just waiting on the osmium. So hopefully that will come in. There. Perfect. And then we can, I think we'll pop that in this area. This area will become genetic manipulation zone. So let's plonk that one down. Yep, that'll be perfect. We can do it right there. You can produce plants and trees and whatever. Okay, not really that useful for me. One of each crystal, an osmium rod, T3 and a circuit. Right. An osmium rod. A T3. And was it yellow? Was it purple or one of them? I don't remember. It was one of several. We need purple for the other one. So we need blue, pink, yellow, purple. We need 2 blue. 2 blue. Which are actually going to be what we get shortest of. Is blues. Pink, yellow, and we need a green. Do we not have green somewhere? Oh yeah, green. I wonder if I don't think we can manufacture blue. And we're still going to need a blue to get off this rock. That's T4. So a couple of circuits, super alloy rod, and a T4. So let's get a couple of circuits. T4, yoink, which will be over here somewhere. There we go. And we can make those 2. So we can make this one. And we can make this one. So, DNA extractor. So you can extract genetic traits from these items. I mean, you could extract them from these, which would be inordinately expensive. This has got colors. So like some of these skin patterns. So you want like the highest levels you can. This is level 3. Level 2, level 3. So yeah, level 5 really comes from the crystals. But I don't have many crystals to spare, so I don't really want to start burning through my crystals. For a second I keep seeing 4. Golden fish eggs. I have 4. I don't think we've got any golden fish eggs in the pile. No. We just have these standard fish eggs. So no, I'm not quite sure. I'll be happy to take a couple of greens. and do that. But we're going to need some for a portal. So let's just put one in and we'll extract genetic traits. Oh, it's already done. That was quick. I guess we can extract some from some of these larvae we've got dozens of. You know. I don't know, like all of these. Ooh, that's a unusual one. We'll grab that one. See if that does something interesting. We'll grab a couple of each of these to start using them up. And then we're going to need somewhere to store them, because we've got also just lava stacked up all over the place here. So yoink, 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 yoink. But hopefully I'll get on and do that. And then here we can actually insert DNA. So I think over here I had a box for DNA. So I do. We have some very cool traits here. So neither of those actually produce anything. So let's see about these. This is all color traits. So what can you do here? No, that's like a color trait. I have an animal. I still don't have. Hang on, we'll get rid of this. We'll do that. You need like some of these other skin pattern things, because I think the more you get, the more sort of useful they become, he says. Slightly hopeful. Right, we need to use some seeds by the looks of it to get some of the others. Some of the frog eggs do skin patterns. Some fish eggs do color as well. But yeah, some of the seeds do color, but none actually seem to produce an aminal themselves. So I've only got one that actually makes an aminal, or even a variant. Because all of this is... Oh no, I've got a variant. So I could do with filling in some of these, because I believe the more complex they are, the better. So I'm gonna see if I can extract some more DNA here and find something interesting. Okay, so I actually ended up stealing one of the what I'm calling obese butterfly things out of one of the butterfly producers. And I think that doesn't really matter. It will tinily slow down our overall progress, but we've actually topped out insects already, so that's not really going to be an issue. What we really need to bump up is animals and get animals going. And why have I done that? Because that produces a useful trait. And I cannot find... I'm sure we've had some of these. I'm sure I've seen them. But I'm buggered if I can find them. I have a box for them over here, but that box is empty. So I don't quite know where they are. I thought we had some, but... Oh, we've got a size 4 trait there. So, yeah, I'm just not sure quite where they are. So what size traits we got? We got a size 4 trait. How have we got one of these big pattern traits? We've got one of the other side colors now. In fact, I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to go for black on that side. There we go. And I just want this one to synthesize the creature. I would like to get one of those. I want a bit of everything. So we need some sort of eggs of said frog to do this. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to go get some frog eggs, and then we're going to do this thing. Obviously, I know where we can get frog eggs because we've got them before. So there's plenty of places we can get them. Yeah, I'm not going to die, hopefully, he says. All of these I will put in the dump box for now. Yoink, 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 yoink. I'm going to eat this one, drink this one, and off to get frog eggs. Okay, so on my travels I found 3 sets of generic frog eggs, and I also found 3 cosmic quartz as well, so they can go in the dump box and they will go and get processed, which will be lovely. And these we might need to extract. I mean, you got various skin patterns for various flavors here, but I'll just go with the generic. If the skin's black, does that matter? I mean, screw it, let's do it, yeah? We'll extract that for one, then we've got that, and once we have... Did I just drop that? That's what a genome looks like when you drop it on the floor. Right, so now we have all genes filled in, so we can synthesize. Okay, insert traits to create creature. So we've got now a creature. Multiplier 1000%. Lovely. What we like. Right. And in the meantime, because we have some frogs things out there, and now we have some more powerful frog egg variant, I think it might not be a bad idea to actually see if we can produce some of that more powerful frog egg variant to try and help boost our animals as well. Because at the moment the only thing we have producing animals is the frogs. And I don't think, though I've created this DNA, I'm not sure I can actually use it at the moment because I need mummels first. I need to get this shelter before I can do it. And at the moment, oh, I've just unlocked a gallev things. Can I make those? No. Why not? 350, 300. That seems unfair. Can I cancel the sequencing? Yay! Okay, let's take that back. The 350 seems more useful to me. So we'll put back the T4 mutagen and we'll get T3, which we've got quite limited amounts of. Might have to make some more of that. A couple of those. We're not going to have any space to put that fertilizer back in because everything gets topped up freaking instantly at the moment. And then we can make 350 instead, yeah. Alright, research that, if you don't mind. And in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can make some T2 and T3 mutagen. So for that I need mutagen. Oh, that's for T4. For T3 I need bacteria, sulfur, nitrogen. I'm sure we have that. Bacteria, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do I get bacteria again? Bacteria I make from algae and water. Okay, that I can probably start manufacturing here somewhere. One of you can take a temporary sideline. Or I can add another thing around here somewhere. I need to find a home for it, but yeah, I'm sure we can start making some bacteria. So let's start making this, which was nitrogen and sulfur. Sorry, got carried away there. Nitrogen and sulfur, I think we have here in handy areas, so we can just plow that out. The thing is, we don't need vast amounts of any of these at the moment, at least anyway. Honey, common larvae, and mutagen. That would actually be relatively easy to make as well, because we've got mutagen. There we go. Perfect. Right. So this will be complete. We can grab this one. And my thought is, process this. And at least for now, I can do things like splop this out. Because we've got one set of frog, or a couple of frog things over here. See, that's doing 150. And that's doing 150. So we up this to 350. And now it's producing a few more animals. It's not vast amounts more, but it is nonetheless more. So it is ticking up very slowly. And unfortunately, so is our actual level. So I might have to hold fire a bit while I actually wait now, which is unusual. I mean, I would have used the portal, but I don't think we have the money yet. No, we don't. We're working our way up, but we need the cash to create the portal to go and investigate one of the other areas. And we don't currently have that. And of course, then we need to use a set of crystals, which we have a limited supply of, in order to actually do that. I am also going to go and check on the ship back by the beach, see if there's something I missed for starting those units. If I find something, I will let you know. Okay, so we're still not quite there yet, but we're getting there. And we've had, amazingly, the Aminal's rocket unlock. Which is unlocked at whatever biomass it was. Now that does 1750% increase to biomass. Sorry, to aminals. Now, it requires that I give up genetic traits. However, I'm thinking like these type of genetic traits I can get millions of. Because not, well, some of those as well, but particularly these ones, I have to put 6 genetic traits in there. But these type of ones, for example, I think I can get loads and loads of, because I've got bunches of those larvas and eggs I don't actually need. So, for example, if I go back over here to fish eggs, I've got loads of these super rubbish fish eggs, which I don't particularly need many of. And I can put all of those in and they will extract. So that's going to get me at least maybe a couple of rockets. And I mean, at the moment, I'm not producing that many animals. I've got a couple of frog things. I did put up another bunch of insect rockets, mainly just to get rid of bee larvae because I've got too many. So that requires T4 mutagen, osmium rod, and rocket. Now I reckon I can do 2 or 3 of these. So let's see if we can do 3. Osmium rods. 3, there we go. Grab those. T4 mutagen. 1, 2, 3. Fine, no problem. And this one is producing bacteria. I've introduced this. It's slowly but surely producing things like bacteria, and it will be producing mutagens and stuff for me. It can reach a lot of those, so I will be getting it to produce a bunch of extra, like for example T3 mutagen in a bit. I mean, like I say, at the moment it's producing bacteria. I might switch over now, actually. Switch over to T3 mutagen. And it will sit here and chug away, producing T3 mutagen. And beefing up the supply here. And then we can make some T4. So, yeah, we're going to get all these traits together, start running them through. If we go back to here. Come on, let me access it. So we can take all of those and go back and do more. Because these genetic traits are essentially a dime a dozen. So we can just do them and put the rockets up. So I reckon that will actually help quite a bit, because at the moment we're producing, if we go over to animals, we're producing about 10 kilos a second, which is not very much, and it's been really quite slow, and we need to get up to ultimately way over here. Now the main thing I need is animals to accelerate once we start doing this, and if we've already got some rockets up, it's going to really start to accelerate once we get big animals on the go. So let's grab all of those, and I think we need 6 a time. That should be enough to put up 3 rockets. So let's see. And at the same time, animals will start to unlock, and then we should really see things start to snowball. So there we go. We can launch our first fish rocket. There it goes. It's a rocket full of fish. I don't quite know how fish are going to cope weightless in space and how that helps. Or are they going to explode and scatter fish over the thing? You know, fish coming in at sort of meteoric speeds. Just reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with the whale dropping through the air. We are also still making money. As you see, our trade rockets are still bombing back and forth here, going up, going down. So, you know, there's still a lot of that going on. I don't quite know where we're at with that. I'll have a look here. We don't quite have the 12,000 Terra tokens yet that we need. But this is going to now have animals. What's that? So we're now at making nearly half a ton a second. So things have increased significantly. Doesn't actually show the animal rockets yet. Oh no, yes, it does here. So yeah, now that's flying. So this number is starting to hammer up, which should have just unlocked for us. Oddly, not unlocked. Do we have to wait for this to get to mammals? That's really quite upsetting. Okay, so that is it unlocked. We are now on. Next stage is basically you are complete. So I'm going to say this is probably a good place to call it a part. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as always. And join us again next time when I think we're going to finish this planet. Thanks a lot.